Hello everyone! Welcome to a new devlog of my game Climb Up High, a 3D platformer where you play as a robot that has to find its way back up. As I mentioned in the previous devlog, I am currently working on the next level that should resemble a temple inspired by ancient cultures of Middle and South America. It is by no means a representation of any of those cultures, but I want to create something with a similar aesthetic. It should convey some sort of mythical atmosphere, similar to how I remember it while playing the old Tomb Raider games. But I'm not sure yet how and if I can achieve that. Regarding the level, I first plucked out some ideas in Blender. I started with the main architecture of the tower and then added some secondary structure elements. After building the rough layout, I went and added the first platforming elements. This consists of mainly vertical and horizontal rotating machines. For the 4 pillars, I had initially sketched out a different design, which I then trashed because it was too bulky in my opinion and didn't fit well with the overall design of the level. To check the jumping distance, I created this weird looking model that represents the height and length that the player can jump. This way I can make sure early on that I already get the correct size and placement of the elements, even in the drafting phase. To make everything more interesting, I added spikes. Lots of them. No, seriously, like really a lot. First I created this simple model, and with the array modifier I went crazy with it. Then I placed it on every possible surface that made kind of sense. Now we got ourselves a very spiky situation. After the first draft was done, I quickly slapped the material onto the model of the tower in Unity to see how the look and feel was coming along. Back in Blender, I had to decide what will be part of the main tower and which elements should be created as individual assets. After deciding that, I cleaned up the 3D model and UV unwrapped it. The individual assets were created in a separate file for easy handling them in Unity. Here you can see an overview of the pieces that I will use in the next iteration of the level. For the moving platforms, I created some prefabs so that I can use them later on in the level. I had the idea that the motion comes from the wind, so I placed some rough models of wind sails at the top. For the horizontal spinning machines, I made a few more variations. They move in different directions and vary in the amount of platforms. Overall, I still need a few more speed variations. The next step will be to place all platforms, spikes and other assets to create paths along the tower to make the level playable and challenging. That's all for today. Thanks for watching and see you next time.